What's up, my comic comrades? Today we're returning to the Death of Doctor Strange 5-issue miniseries with issues 3 and 4. The first 2 issues set up this murder mystery story, and today we're going to find out who killed the Sorcerer Supreme. If you're not up to speed on this series, we already covered the first 2 issues back in November, so you can check those out right here. But as always, we highly recommend you pick up and read the first 2 issues of this series to support the creators and get the full complexity of the story. But now it's time to see who the heck killed the Sorcerer Supreme and why. Roll the bumper. The issue starts off at Avengers Mountain in the North Pole, where temporal ghost Doctor Strange and Jane Foster are doing an autopsy on Stephen Strange's body. If you're asking Doctor Strange's temporal ghost, again, watch our episode on issues 1 and 2, or read them for yourselves so you'll understand. Anyway, Jane Foster says to Doctor Strange's ghost, "I must confess the circumstances of this autopsy. This is a first." Strange replies, "It is for me as well. I fear if it were not for my rigorous mystical training, I would be having a breakdown at this very moment." Then after some back and forth, Jane says, "Are we ready to begin, Doctor?" He replies, "Indeed, Doctor, open me up, if you would be so kind. Let us see what secrets I contain." Meanwhile, Lady Clea is having a meeting with the Avengers explaining who the 3 warrior queens that started attacking them in the last issue are. She says they came from beyond the outer planes, 3 warrior queens of unknown lands, carving their way across the dimensions. An army of 3 whose mandate is sheer annihilation. Land after land fell to them. No king or queen could stand against him, no warlord or warlock. Entire armies laid waste in their need to satisfy their child. Thor asks, this child, please tell us about it, Lady Clea." She says, "The peregrine child is hunger." She then proceeds to break down the known origins of this child, saying, "It hungers for magic. It is the apex predator of the magical food chain, with an appetite that cannot ever be sated. And its favorite prey? Powerful beings of magic, like the warlords, like me. No one knows its origins." Some claim that it is not a creature at all, but the feeder excrusion of some nth dimension hyper creature, the only part of it our minds can perceive in material space. Its mothers are its vanguard, tracking down powerful magical beings so that it might feed. No one knows how such warriors came to be, the hunting dogs for such a creature. I suspect theirs are stories of great tragedies. Right after Lady Clea says this, the temporal ghost of Strange and Jane Foster come walking in with Strange saying, "The pieces begin to fall into place." Wong asks, "What did you learn?" He replies, "Powerful magic was brought to bear on me that night, Wong, but it was no mere murder. My hands were taken, which we know, but this was not mere brutality. It was an act of ritual theft. My soul was stolen, and with it my power, and the power allowed to me as a Sorcerer Supreme. Without my soul passing on and without the magic of the Sorcerer Supreme dissipating back into the aether, there could be no new Sorcerer Supreme." Clea then says, "And now with many of the most magical beings of the outer dimension sheltering on Earth, the child will hunt here. Earth is doomed. But why? Why would the warlords come here? To the realm of their enemies." Wong tells her it's the perfect place to hide. Umar, Agamon, Tyburo, the warlords are callous. They care for nothing but themselves. They wish to make their problem our problem. After all, have we not turned away Galactus time and time again? Wong goes on to basically say they came to Earth to shelter themselves because they knew the Earth's heroes like the Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four would protect them, effectively saying they knew Earth was the safest planet in the galaxy for them. Captain Marvel then speaks up saying, "And we'll handle these mothers and this child thing too. We're the Avengers." But Strange's ghost says, "By the Ashanti, I certainly hope you will, Captain Marvel. But I fear we require the Sorcerer Supreme to fend off these creatures, and the mechanisms of that office are currently being held hostage. There's a great deal of chaos in the world in the wake of my murder. Regrettably, that is something I must leave in your hands, Avengers." At this point, Iron Man gets up saying, "Thanks for that," giving a list of things they could use help with around the world. Captain America then asks, "What are you going to do, Doctor?" He replies, "I must restore the office of the Sorcerer Supreme, Captain America. I now know the why of my death. What remains is the how and the who. I now understand what I am for. My purpose. Strange temporal ghost that I am, I will be doing some avenging." We are then taken back to the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York, where we see Strange's ghost and Lady Clea, who makes a ghost appear and says, "Go, spirit, with the speed of thought, with a clarity of purpose, find what I wish and return." She then dusts her hands off saying, "There, the spirit will circle the globe as quickly as you or I could think of it. If these items are on the planet, then Flibber will find them." Strange then compliments her saying, "Your technique is exquisite." They then have an awkward silent moment before she says, "You made me forget about you. We had overcome our problems. We had found again what had brought us together in the first place. That space where 2 souls overlap." For those of you who are not up to speed on your Doctor Strange history, Clea is Stephen's estranged wife. Anyway, she goes on to say, "All of that was ours again, Stephen. Then you stole it. Stole my every memory of you. made yourself a stranger to me. I know you had your reasons, of course. You had to pay the devil for helping you rebuild the universe. It was not something you did willingly or lightly, I'm sure. But then you died, and the devil restored those memories to me at the moment of your death, at the moment when they could bring only pain, because in that, there was opportunity for even greater suffering. And now here you are, as cold and arrogant and brilliant as when I first met you. That's when I first began to understand how our souls fit together, as when I first thought that I could love you, and you don't even know me. Strange's ghost then says, from the moment I walked through the hidden door in the sanctum, I was faced with a global crisis that I cannot comprehend how to solve. I have but days left before I cease to exist. But the worst of it is the knowledge that I have lived to be a fool, because a man who had your heart and lost it, he could be called nothing else. And with that, she grabs him by the head and pulls him in for a kiss. But Strange says, no, this is not done. You are a brilliant, beautiful woman, but I am not the man you grieve for, not yet. It would be unfair to take advantage. She then stands up saying, no, I'm sorry. At this point, the spirit Clea sent out returns saying she found what they wanted her to find, which turns out to be the Eye of Agamotto and the Cloak of Levitation. The spirit tells them, it's far from here, mistress, caught up in stone and mortar, imprisoned in a monument to a man's vanity, a place called Castle Mordo. The comic then takes us to the mountains of Transylvania where Castle Mordo resides. It also shows us several miles off the coast of Cornwall, the domain of the warlord Dagoth. We simultaneously see Strange, Clea, and Wong break into Mordo's castle looking for him, while Strange basically says, I know you took the Eye of Agamotto and the Cloak of Levitation. Also, I know you're the one who killed me. We also see the three warrior queens attack Dagoth's castle, killing him for their child. And the issue ends with Doctor Strange finding Mordo hiding behind a door saying, I implied earlier that it was no surprise to see you standing over my corpse. I was being facetious. This is a mistake I intend to correct. As we see Baron Mordo holding the amulet and cloak behind the door, scared to death. Issue 4 starts off where the last issue left off, with Strange continuing to say, I cannot believe that after all these years, after all your atrocities, I haven't killed you yet. But please, don't worry, Carl. That is a mistake I intend to correct. Mordo, frightened, says, no, 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 as he opens the door holding the cloak and amulet while saying, I am Baron Carl Amadeus Mordo, Lord of Castle Mordo. I have done much evil in my life. I have murdered, stolen, I have consorted with demons. And I feel remorse for none of it. My only regret in life, my single lament, is that I am innocent for the murder you accuse me of. And I will not be spoken to in such a manner in my own home. Wong then says, he's lying. Mordo replies, you are a fool. He continues to say, while throwing down the cloak and amulet, here, I found them shortly before you arrived, hidden here in my home. I have been made to appear guilty. Presumably, whoever did kill you would like to see me punished for it. Strange says, and am I just supposed to believe you, the noble Baron Mordo? He replies, ask yourself this then, oh brilliant Doctor Strange. Do you really believe that if I had finally killed you after all these years, all these atrocities, that I would lie about it, even if my life be forfeit? The ghost of Doctor Strange stops and thinks for a second as he turns around saying, no, damn you. You'd waste your dying breath crowing about it, as he grabs his cloak and amulet while walking away. Strange, Clea, and Wong then return back to the Sanctum Sanctorum, where Captain America shows them footage of the child devouring Dagoth. After a quick chat with Captain America, Strange throws his Avengers ID member card saying, I have no next move. I am lost as to what I should possibly do next. I had thought myself so clever, creating a contingency, a temporal phantom. And for what? How did I think this would work? Who did I think I was? Clea says, you thought you were Doctor Strange, master of the black arts. And I believe in you. Because at the moment in time you come from, you believe that you can fix anything. And that's who we all need right now. Strange's Phantom then finally makes his acquaintance with Bats, Doctor Strange's ghost dog, and takes him for a walk. While on a walk, Bats says something that sparks something in Strange's mind, so Strange says, come Bats, we have a lead. But first we must gather all the players together. Bats asks, why? He replies, because this is a mystery, little friend, and that's how it is done. Strange's Phantom has Lady Clea and Wong help him summon all the warlords together in Antarctica. We then see Lady Clea, Strange's Phantom, and Magic accompany him, with Magic saying, the X-Men are standing by for your summons, Steven. Long story short, Steven walks into Umar's castle saying, dread warlords, Carl, you all know who I am. You all know what has been done to me, and you all know your own culpability in this crime. The warlords then mock him for coming there and gathering them, but he just replies, who doesn't love a murder mystery? And the best ones end the same way, with all involved gathered together, while the detective reveals the truth. We then get 2 pages where he breaks down the mystery all Clue style before finally revealing the one who murdered him is Caecilius, Baron Mordo's servant. Even though yes, in the MCU he's portrayed way differently. Caecilius then starts laughing saying, God Strange, you really do enjoy hearing yourself talk. You are correct, of course. This has been such fun, as he takes off his gloves revealing that he cut off Doctor Strange's hands after killing him so that he could replace his with Strange's, all Frankenstein style. While sane, but the game has run its course. I will make my faithless master, Baron Mordo, squeal with all the agony of the purple dimension, and then I will kill you again with your own power, as he now possesses the power and hands of Stephen Strange. Unknown to everyone inside Umar's castle, however, the three warrior sisters or queens arrive with their child just outside the castle. And with that, the issue ends. I don't know about you guys, but I'm loving this series. It's a straight up murder mystery, and you guys know I'm a big fan of comics like that. Heck, my own comic, Astonishing Times, is a murder mystery, so that says it all. Anyway, I thought the setup and the reveal of the murderer was great in the series. So I'm very excited to see how it all ends with issue 5 and who the new Sorcerer Supreme is going to be. But what do you guys think of the series thus far? Let us know in the comments. And that's gonna bring today's episode of Variant to a close, but if you like today's episode, be sure to check out this Doctor Strange episode right here. And if you like all of our videos, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It helps us grow. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time when I talk about what? All things comics.